Hi there, welcome to this Max Moment. Now, back in the early 1900s, Harry Houdini was a master illusionist who was noted for his escape acts. Now, nicknamed Harry Handcuff Houdini, he could bedazzle crowds by escaping from handcuffs, chains, ropes, straitjackets, all while being hung from buildings, trapped underwater, and even once performed a stunt while buried alive. And he was most noted for his act in which he traveled the world challenging local police to restrain him with shackles, and then they would lock him up in the jail cells. And one of the greatest escape artists of all time was able to succeed every single time, except one. Now, on this particular occasion, upon entering the cell, once alone he proceeded to pick like every other time, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not unlock it. Moments turned into minutes, minutes turned into hours, until finally he gave up in frustration. And the problem? The cell had never been locked in the first place, and it was open the entire time. You see, the only place the door was locked was in his mind. And the irony was that his escape route was one that he'd never even considered, which was the unlocked door. Now, the lesson learned from this is that our outer world and what we experience is first created in our inner world and what we believe to be true. So thus, when we create self-imposed limitations inside our minds, we tend to manifest them into our outer world through experiences and what we call reality. Now, another example of how easily we condition our minds to think, act, and feel in ways that shape our reality and how we experience life is that of fleas. Now look, if you put a bunch of fleas inside a jar and you put a lid on it, watch what happens. At first, the fleas, they're going to jump with purpose to try and escape the jar, and they're going to keep hitting up against that lid over and over again. And they're going to continue to do this repeatedly with the thought that the same action might create a different result. But then something interesting happens. After a certain amount of time, the fleas condition their behavior to fit the environment that they're in. And they will still jump, but only high enough so they won't hit the lid of the jar. And with this new conditioned behavior, when you take the lid off the jar, the fleas will never escape. Now, we do the same thing to ourselves, don't we? Whether through our own beliefs or the beliefs of those around us, we condition our minds to think that we only deserve and are capable of so much. And as a consequence, we adjust our expectations to fit those beliefs, creating a life of mediocrity instead of abundance. But I do know this to be true for sure, that you are capable of far more than you think. You are living a life inside your own jar, and for the longest time you kept hitting your head on the lid of negativity and letdowns and broken promises and no's and all of life's adversity. And when that lid in your life is taken off and opens you to new opportunities, the issue you're going to face is that you've conditioned yourself for so long to believe that the lid of mediocrity is still on tight, trapping you from that next level of success and fulfillment that you want and deserve. Because whether you think you can or think you can't, either way you're going to be right. And if you want to make it to that next level in life, like the fleas, you have to remove that imaginary lid of limitation. And like Harry Houdini, you must unlock the door and make your great escape into the life that you're truly meant to lead. Because Zig Ziglar, he said this. He said, "I believe man was designed for accomplishment, engineered for success, and endowed with the seeds of greatness." And I believe that about you too. So choose to make today a great day. And as always, choose to live life to the max. And I'll see you next time.